to East Sussex and my allotment UK. What a week we've had this week. We've had heavy showers, bright sunshine, high winds, but one of the things that has happened is that I've managed to get to the plot every day. Most days except Tuesday, which was my wife's birthday. I put in my allotted 2 hours. Though I still did go on Tuesday, and that was just to record the results of the trials that I did on the compost. Which one did you think turned out to be the best? Was it the professional compost? Was it the Coia compost? Was it the lamb's wool compost? Or was it the Levington compost? And how did those Coia Pellets, wait and see, do? All will be revealed later. As I said, Tuesday was my wife's birthday, and this is a vase I bought her for her birthday, and these are daffodils which I've grown, or some of the daffodils that are taken off the plot. The main thing I've been doing this week is I've been preparing the beds. I've been doing the seed sowing and getting the ground ready for the seeds that are present growing in the polytunnel. I also want to mention that on with the seed sowing, that Aldi, the supermarket, they're selling items for the garden. And one of the things that they're selling is seeds. And I bought these 3 packets. One is I bought 2 of these. This is the vegetable patch, which is carrots, beetroot, cabbage, cauliflower and things like that. The reason I'm showing only one is because those are the ones that I've sown first. And then we've got a Pea Bean Collection on there, and then we've got a salad collection on there. And also I purchased this seed tray. Not that I'm going to use it because it's plastic, but what I want to do is see if I can make something similar and as useful in wood, and that should be a future project. So let's get growing. But before we go there, there's something I've got to tell you about access to the allotment. Remember, I did a clip not so long ago about the roadworks outside the allotment. Well, it's got worse. It's now 3 ways, and that's made the journey that bit longer. Not only that, one day of the week we got notice that they were going to re-tarmac Harvard Way, which is the approach into where I live. So that meant I couldn't use the car for that day. Well, I could, but I had to park it elsewhere. So what I did was that I collected all the things I was going to need for the allotment, such as the compost, some timber. I got the delivery of the professional compost on the internet, and I took them all down to the allotment and stacked up the plot for the oncoming travel restrictions. Ben walk, and it was a nice morning, and I walked along the footpath which skirts the edge of the South Downs, and it was quite refreshing, but it just made the day that little bit longer. There we go. There we go. One small job I carried out on the plot was numbering the raised beds. They've all got a number. I've got 1 to 14, and I bought these numbers which you use for putting onto waste bins for recycling, you know, for your address. Only trouble was I ran out at number 10. As I said before, I started to clear the beds ready for sowing or for planting out, and I started on bed 2, which was the worst. Now, generally speaking, no dig, you don't get many weeds, but you do get the ones that blow through, and because they don't, when they first arrive, it's into the compost, they're quite easy to remove. If you don't remove them, if you're like me and lackadaisical, or should I be more precise, I was lazy, it takes a bit of clearing. Generally speaking, the other beds clearing quite well, but I had to concentrate on bed 2. As previous years, I grow my potatoes in buckets, and I cover the bed that they're going on in compost and then place the buckets over the top. This year I'm deviating from that in that I'm going to cover them with a weed barrier fabric, because last year the weeds grew up out of the compost and it was too much of a bind. I didn't cover them mainly because I wanted the potatoes to reach down to the compost, but I don't think it's all that an advantage. So this year we'll see how it goes. I've covered with the black fabric. And the bed next to it, where I took the beam frame off, the beam frame has been positioned on bed 8, so that had to be removed, and I moved it onto bed 9, which is designated for next year's broad beans, or this season's broad beans. Now this is the part of the video that I've been waiting for, the trial test on the various composts, and I've got to admit I'm surprised at the results. I wasn't expecting what came out. I was expecting the professional compost to do the best. I thought the wool compost would be near the end, you know, it'd be between the wool compost and the Levingtons, or maybe the Coia, I don't know, but this is the result as they came out. Wooden spoon, number 5, goes to Levingtons, followed by the plain Coia from the pound shop, the cheapest compost used. The next one, the third, is the professional compost. In a good second place, not far behind the wool compost, which was the winner, is the Coia Pellets. And as I've just said, the best one was the wool compost. Virtually 100% take on it. The two that didn't come out wasn't because of the compost, it was because of a bad block. As I say, I've had difficulty in making the blocks with the wool compost, so I've got to work on a recipe for that, because the success rate justifies it. Okay, so I'd very much like to hear some comments and your experiences on any trials that you have taken place. I've finished off with a quick plot tour. Raised bed 1, raised bed 2, raised bed 3, raised bed 4, raised bed 5, raised bed 6, raised bed 7, raised bed 8, raised bed 9, raised bed 10, raised bed 11, raised bed 12, raised bed 13, and finally raised bed 14. So it leaves me now just to say thank you for watching. Hope you found it interesting, and if you've not already done so, please subscribe. Welcome to my new subscribers. I had a new subscriber. Gardening wise, well, a thumbs up would be nice up there, and please ring that bell. So take care, until next time, bye.